Good morning. Welcome to the School of Education orientation targeted for the foundation phase student from Year 1 to Year 4. I am Professor Ash Singh Pillai, the academic leader of the B.Ed program. Allow me to introduce to you the teaching and learning team responsible for this phase. The academic leader for teaching and learning for all programs is Dr. Samu Khumalo. Alongside her name is her email address. Should you need to contact her, please use the email address alongside her name. The foundation phase coordinator is Dr. Marki Kortias. Her email address is alongside her name. The B.Ed structure. The B.Ed program is a structured degree program that spans over 8 semesters or 4 years. To graduate, you need to meet the semester requirements, meaning you need to complete 8 semesters of the program. You cannot complete this degree in under 8 semesters. To graduate, you will also need to meet the minimum credit load for your phase, which is 512 credits. You also have to satisfy the curriculum requirements for the foundation phase as per the College of Humanities Handbook. Please note that the foundation phase program is offered in 2 language options, where English could be a home language, meaning you would do isiZulu as a first additional language, or the other option is isiZulu is a home language and English is the first additional language. Within the B.Ed program, there are certain compulsory modules that are common across all phases, and that there are certain compulsory modules that are compulsory for a particular phase. Now, for the foundation phase, the compulsory modules are education studies. We have 6 compulsory modules spanning across the 8 semesters. Teaching practice, there are 4 modules. In each year of the program, you do 1 teaching practice module. Kindly note that these modules are done progressively from year 1 to year 4. Then we have English education, language learning and teaching in education, which is a compulsory module. To meet the language requirements of Mr. Tech, the foundation phase students also do South African Sign Language at the level of conversational competence. We also have a module on coding and robotics, EDCM 111, to prepare you to teach in the 4th Industrial Revolution. And we have the computer literacy module, where you have to show competence in use of the computer. Students who can provide proof of competence will be granted exemption without credit. This is a non-credit bearing module. A very important point to remember as a student is which language option you have selected. For example, I mentioned previously, we offer English as home language, meaning isiZulu is taken as FAL, or we have isiZulu as home language, meaning English is your first additional language. Now, on this slide, it is critical to note that if you're doing a language as home language, that there are 3 content modules that you need to complete and 2 method modules that you will need to complete over the 4 years. And for the FEL option, there are 2 content modules and 1 method module that you will complete over the duration of the degree. What is important is that if you select a particular language option, you stick with the modules that you are supposed to do for that language option. By this I mean, if I choose, for example, English as my home language, across year 1 to year 4, English modules must be chosen as my home language. I cannot vacillate between doing English as home language and isiZulu as home language and then saying at the end, I made a mistake. This slide specifies the modules that need to be completed for the home language option and the FEL option. This is specified in terms of content modules as well as the method modules. Please bear this in mind. Look at the slide all the time when you are making your selections online across year 1 to year 4. Should you do not meet these requirements, then it would mean that you are not meeting the program requirements to be degree complete. Now this slide reflects the modules that you would need to register for from year 1 to year 4 when you're choosing English as your home language and isiZulu as your FEL. So this grid shows you the modules that you need to complete per semester from year 1 to year 4. This grid is designed when isiZulu is your home language and English is chosen as a FEL. It reflects the modules that you need to register for, complete and pass from semester 1 for each year across the 4 years as well as for semester 2. So please comply with this. And this should be your guide to show you how you need to progress from year 1 to year 4 so that you don't miss out modules or forget to register for them. Kindly note, there are some steps that you would need to follow if you're not on track. If you've missed or failed modules, you must first establish, the first point is to establish what is your language option. Are you doing English as home language, isiZulu as FEL, or are you doing isiZulu as home language and English as FEL? So that you meet those language requirements in terms of the content modules, in terms of the method modules. Then you need to identify what other modules you have missed or failed. You look at grid 7 or grid 8. You must note your academic standing because if you are not on green, if you're not on good academic standings, obviously then the number of credits that you can take will be restricted, and this will restrict your progression across the 4 years. So please always take note of your academic standing, right? And it is your responsibility to pick up the modules that you have missed or failed in the semester that it is being offered, but you are not allowed to exceed credits at the same time. Remember, we have to be compliant with the college handbook rules at all times. So I want to wish you well with your studies and please make your selections properly. All the best. Please remember, students, that help is just an email. away. Queries pertaining to curriculum audit, curriculum guidance, or anything relating to your curriculum, exemption of modules, then you consult our ADO. Presently, we have Mr. Siyabonga Kele, who is the ADO for undergraduates. His email address is reflected on the slide. For all administration issues that you may encounter, the person to get in touch with is a very competent Miss Bongi Bengu, and her email is alongside her name. For all issues pertaining to academic queries that you may have, the person to contact is Dr. Maki Korchias, and her email address is alongside her name. I wish you well with your studies and hope that this is a successful year for you.